Hello, it's Tim and that's terrific. And today I'm gonna be doing a YouTube video book unboxing. Oh no.
Hey, how you doing? It's me again, Margaret. I'm wearing my grubby old work stuff, and I'm sorry, but when I get done doing this, I'm going out into the garage because I got booted out of my weight room by the youngest boy, who some reason thought kids should have their own bedroom. So I lost my good weight room. Now it's in the garage. I got to go work out in one of the 5 worst weight rooms on God's green earth. Anyway, that's my excuse on why I didn't change clothes from working man gear to whatever around the house gear. Today I decided to do a video because a box came in the mail. And if you give me just 1 second, we'll talk about why. This box came in the mail from Borderlands Press. I ordered a book from Borderlands Press, but it's not due, from what I heard, until February, mid to late February. So this could be anything. I do know that from time to time Gauntlet does work with Borderlands Press, and sometimes Borderlands Press sends Gauntlet books. So we might be dealing with something like that here. I really don't know. I might as well open up this book and see. I'm so doggone curious as to what it's in, I figured I'd do this now instead of later. I don't want to wait, so here we go. This book from Borderlands Press. The last order that I got directly from Borderlands Press, I did one of these YouTube videos for, was the Compendium of F, Volume 2. And that box was a little smaller than this one. And the box was bashed and the book was bashed. So for a follow-up on that, I emailed Borderlands Press, and they said that they always ship books in boxes that are just barely bigger than the book. And 99% of the time, there's never any trouble. They said if you, we'll send you a new one with the same number. So I got the new one in the mail with the same number. It was in a box more like this, a little bit bigger than what the book was, and had a little padding in it, so it was all good. And then I said, emailed back saying I got the new book, thank you. They said, send us the old book back. We need it for insurance purposes. And in the process, we'll give you $4 for the shipping. So I sent the book back. Now, the last part hasn't happened as far as I know yet. But, oh well, $4, I got the book I want. And here's a box from Borderlands Press, with the exception of Compendium of F, Volume 2. I never had any books arrive damaged. I bought some books from them over the years, and I've bought a lot of their books on the secondary market. So to take a look and see what's in here, right off the bat, I'm talking about the Compendium of F, but instead I get this thing. What is it? I haven't looked yet. Number 75 of PINES by Blake Crouch. So if this video is already titled, and I screwed around and titled it the Compendium of F Volume 3, I'm gonna have to change that title. But I didn't show you too much. The box is a little bit bigger than the book. They put some bubble wrap around it. They put some styrofoam on the ends and sides to protect my book. So thank you, Borderlands Press. Very great. I'm very grateful to you. Very happy with the condition of what I got in the mail, which is PINES by Blake Crouch. The way Gauntlet books come is typically going to be wrapped in a shrink wrap, and you'll have the number marked on it somewhere on there. Borderlands Press does the same thing. So before I unwrap it, here's what I got. You can see on the spine, it's a Gauntlet Borderlands Press joint production. They work together a lot. I don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, but they do publish some of the same authors. And anyway, like I said, I've got a bunch of, I've probably got 35, maybe up to 40 Gauntlet Press books, and I've I don't even want to guess, 10 plus, maybe a lot plus, I don't know, Borderland Press books. When I started into book collecting, I started collecting limited editions of F. Paul Wilson. He was the only author I collected that had a lot of limited editions at the time. And he's worked with Gauntlet and BP for a long time, so I ended up with a lot of their books. And Blake Crouch, with rumors of Suntup Editions doing a Blake Crouch book, and then Gauntlet Press announcing doing the Pines series from Blake Crouch, I decided I need to take a closer look at this fellow. It's an author that I'd never read before, but I'm in. I'm in. Whatever Gauntlet does of his, I'm buying. When Suntup comes out with their Dark Matter book, which is rumored to be in March, I'm in. I'm getting number 37 of Dark Matter. So Blake Crouch, thanks, buddy. Good job. Let's see what we see inside. I've got a lot of experience with both of these publishers, but I don't know if you do or not. So if I can open this thing without doing too much damage to my book. It's mine now, so if I'd mess it up, gosh, I can't blame anybody. You all saw that it looked good out of the package, and now I'm stuck with it. But anyway, if I bust up something, it's mine. I bust it up. I just don't want somebody else busting up my stuff, and I certainly don't want them busting it up before I got it. So that's where I become a big crybaby, whine and complain, and actually I just say, hey, the book's busted up. Can you hook me up to the dealer or publisher or what have you? And so I don't know how well you could see the artwork in there. It's very subdued on the dust jacket. Very subdued, but it looks cool, dude. And Blake Crouch, for all of you who want to know what the fellow looks like, he's a handsome fellow, I guess, in terms of handsome fellas. So we get rid of our very thick dust jacket. Thick, stiff paper. Looks good. I like the cover. And here's our book itself. It's not a slick finish or a slick material. It's almost a fabric stretched over something else. But I don't know what it is. Good enough for who it's for. That's me. Good enough for me. Here's our signature page. It almost looks like Pines. What do you know? Pines. You ever seen this guy's signature before? Well, hopefully you're going to see it a bunch of more times because he's got some limiteds coming out. This is number 75 of 500. Pines is part one of the Blake Crouch's Wayward Pines trilogy. It's, I don't know if you describe it as detective, science fiction, a little bit of horror, a lot of stuff combined in there. But the book, I think, is almost maybe 10 years old or so. And this would be our first signed and limited edition version of the book. So for me, it's very exciting. Gauntlet and Borderlands Press make good books. I've been a fan for a long time. They make, I guess it would be, this book could be compared to a quality trade edition, but it is signed and limited, and the prices are very affordable. You're going to pay 50 or 60 bucks for limited editions, usually from Gauntlet Press, and this is a joint production, so I don't know who's got the most into making this book, but I'm very excited, and I assure you, when the remaining parts of this series, which I haven't read yet, I've read the first one, and I haven't read anything else of that series, the Wayward Pines trilogy. Once the remaining issues are available for sale, I think the next one will be available maybe the 1st of January 1st, 2022. And I'm not trying to get a bunch of competition for buying books. Hopefully it won't sell out in the first 2 minutes and I'll have a chance to get one. But Gauntlet's got some books coming out January 1st, 2022 that I really want. And part 2 of this series, the name of that particular part escapes me. Like I said, I haven't read it yet. Part 2, I believe, comes out then. and I'm a customer. And then Suntup Editions, the rumor has it that another Blake Crouch book, not part of this series, Dark Matter, will be their March issue. And as always with Suntup Editions, we'll find out on that day when the book is available what it looks like, what it's made out of, all the different stuff about the book. In fact, we'll find out what the title is. But there's some amazing investigators on the internet that usually within a few minutes will nail down the next 3 months worth of Suntup Editions books, and the hive mind has determined that Dark Matter is the March issue. So if you got any interest in that, which I think you should, I highly recommend this book, and I highly recommend this edition. I showed you the basics of it. Gauntlet press is usually not going to be filled with artwork throughout the book. You're going to get a quality book, but you're going to get a signature page. You're going to get, typically, some people say some things, but I tend to really like the artwork on the dust jackets of Gauntlet press books. In fact, one of my favorites is The Haunted Air by F. Paul Wilson, one of his Repairman Jack books. That artwork on that dust jacket is one of my favorites that have ever been made. I mean, SST Publications has really made some cool ones also, and they're probably knocking on the door being the best ever made, but for a long time that was one of my favorite ones. Borderland Press tends to be a little bit more subdued with their dust jacket art, and as an example, I'll just show you one real quick. We talked about the Compendium of F, and this is the Compendium F Volume 1, Borderlands Press, a lot of black, like I said. And this one, in fact, one day my wife pointed at this book and said, "That's my favorite of all of your book covers. I like that one the best." She liked the real basic artwork, and she liked the fact that the author was not sensitive about anything, and they put a sort of a caricature on the cover. So that my wife dug it. She dug that cover. She said it was her favorite. So everybody's got their own forms of tastes and such as that. But anyway, on this book, I'm very pleased. Borderlands Press, Gauntlet Press did a great job. Got me my book in great shape, which is a great start. They gave me the book that satisfied, gave me a good looking book, a good looking signature, a limited edition book, and I cannot complain. I'm happy with that. So with that, we'll call it done. I'm off to the garage to get a swole on. Finally able to lift some weights. I don't know if I ever told anybody, but I screwed up this shoulder pretty badly. I'd say I'm back in the 75%-ish range and back to lifting some weights, and we'll see how it goes in one of the world's worst weight rooms. I'm in a garage with no air conditioning in Florida, and it's winter time and it's still too stinking hot in there. Become an air conditioned baby. But now I'm in training. I'm gonna fight Ivan Drago pretty soon in my next movie. I'm gonna go to Russia and we're gonna fight because of what he did to one of my best friends in the whole world. We're gonna go get it on. I got a feeling that I'm gonna do some training montages. I'm gonna run up some mountains. I'm gonna get to a mountaintop and I'm gonna do some yelling and stuff like that, but I'm back, baby. So without any further ado, c'est la vie, baby.